Hey everybody, we're back with the tier list today, and today we're doing the Freakiest type Pokemon, Ghost type Pokemon. And well, I I really like Ghost type Pokemon, so this is gonna be a pretty high stacked tier list. So let's get into it, shall we? There's actually not a lot of Ghost types if you look at it. So Ghastly B tier, Haunter A tier, Gengar S tier, Mega Gengar, and Gigantamax also S tier. Alolan Marowak. I'm gonna put Alolan Marowak in B tier. We didn't get Alolan Marowak in Scarlet and Violet. I thought he would have like been introduced when Blueberry Academy was introduced, but he wasn't. Interesting. He's gonna be in B tier though. The biggest freak of them all, Typhlosion, has to go S tier. Uh Mischievous I think also goes B tier, and this Magnius is A tier. Corsola. I caught Corsola, or this ghost type Corsola, like very post endgame in Sword and Shield, so I'm gonna have to go C and B. Shedinja. Shedinja's interesting because I think Shedinja's a Pokemon that can actually go either in S tier or F tier. His ability is very. This Pokemon's a very double-edged sword. So I'm gonna have to put him in S tier though. Sableye and Mega Sableye. I think Sableye is an A tier Pokemon. I think Mega Sableye is definitely S tier. Shuppet. Shuppet, yeah, B, and I think Banette also follows the Sableye route. The Mega goes S and the regular goes A. So Duskull's line is kind of interesting because I like them all equally, and I don't think Dusknoir goes to S tier for me. I think all of them go A tier. Drifblimp and Drifbloom. I'm gonna put Drifblimp in B tier and Drifbloom in C tier. I think that's pretty good. Spiritomb definitely goes S tier. Frostlass. Oh, Frostlass is tough. I don't want to put Frostlass in S tier. I'm gonna put Frostlass in A tier though. Rotom, we have the regular Rotom here. I think regular Rotom, I want to put it B tier, but I think it's gonna go C tier. Yeah. Giratina. Any form of Giratina is always S tier. This is a hell of a design for a Pokemon. It's great. Arceus Ghost type. Actually, I'm gonna put Arceus Ghost type in S tier. I think this is a good Arceus. Okay, so Cofagrigus and Rungarius. I like Cofagrigus more. I don't really like Rungarius. I'm gonna put Yanmask here, the regular one, and I'm gonna put Galarian Yanmask in D tier. Zorua and Zoroark Hisuian, definitely S tier Pokemon. Super good. Frillish and Jellicent. Frillish and Jellicent, I'm gonna put, nah, I think C and B. I wanted to put them lower, but I can't. I think that's perfect for them. Chandelure. Oh god. I love Chandelure and its whole line. Playing Sword and Shield, I hatched a lot of eggs in Sword and Shield, so I needed a Pokemon with Flame Body, and I chose Chandelure, and ever since then it was just like it's been the best Pokemon ever. The best companion Pokemon, for end game and late game, post game, whenever you're doing eggs or whatever you want to do. I love this Pokemon. And its shiny is super good. It's such a nice Pokemon. I love this whole line. And I love this type combo too, right? Ghost and Fire. It's my favorite type combo. This Pokemon is S tier. Golurk. So first let's put this guy. I'm gonna put this guy in. I'll put him in B tier. I don't think Golurk goes to S tier for me, but I think he definitely is high A tier. Aegislash's line. Aegislash used to be the GOAT of competitive Pokemon. Aegislash goes S tier. I think this follows Gengar in BAS. Trevenant and Phanthump. I don't want to put Trevenant in A tier, but I don't want to put Phanthump in C tier. I don't think Trevenant. I think they both go B tier for me. Yeah, I'm gonna put them both B tier. And I think Pumpkaboo and Gergeist are both gonna go A tier for me. Actually, I like this Pokemon a lot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Pumpkaboo and Gergeist. I think Pumpkaboo evolving into Gergeist gets better stats. I think Pumpkaboo is much cuter than Gergeist, and I think they both are very good Pokemon in general. Hoopa goes S tier. Decidueye is also gonna go A tier. I don't think Decidueye has enough. No, he's gonna stay A tier. I don't want to put him S tier. I think he's good as A tier Pokemon. Same with Oricorio. I like this form of Oricorio like probably the best out of all of them. So it goes A tier. Sandygast and Palosand. I kind of want them both in B tier. I don't think they go to A tier for me, but I don't think they go any lower. I think they both go B tier. Silvally, C tier. Mimikyu, S tier. Delmise. I actually started liking Delmise recently. I'm gonna put Delmise in A tier. I think Delmise is actually a pretty good Pokemon. Lunala, S tier. And the other form of Lunala is also S tier. Or even S plus. Marshadow. Never really used Marshadow, but I'll put him A tier because of his aesthetic, I guess. Blacephalon, also A tier. Sinistea. Sinistea, I think B and A should go. And you know what? I think Dreepy's line is also gonna follow Ghastly and Gengar. I'm going BAS as well. Okay. Calyrex. Okay, so Spectier S tier, Calyrex S quintuple plus tier. Basculegion. Basculegion, I think A tier. Yeah, I'll put Basculegion in A tier. That's a very nice Pokemon. Skeledirge, S tier. I think Skeledirge, when Skeledirge gets Shadow Ball, it really opens up as a Pokemon. This is a good Pokemon. Ceruledge, come on, the aesthetic, everything about this Pokemon is S tier. Bramblin and Bramblegast. I still never caught the shiny for this, so for that, I'm gonna go C and B tier. I don't really think they're that great of Pokemon either, so I'll just put them in C and B tier. Grivard and Houndstone. I hate this Pokemon. They're ugly. I think they both go D tier for dog. Annihilate, on the other hand, is S tier. I love Annihilate. Buttermane is also an S tier Pokemon. Gimmighoul, Roaming, and Chest. I think they both are C tier. Goldengo is definitely S tier though. And Poltergeist and Sinistra. Yeah, I think they're gonna follow Sinistea in B and A. Ooh, Pecharunt. I think Pecharunt is a mythical Pokemon, right? So it goes to S tier. But purely because I hate how ugly this Pokemon is, it goes to F tier. And I think Pecharunt is our only F tier of ghost type Pokemon. And honestly, that's kind of crazy. That's honestly kind of crazy because if I treat this as a mythical Pokemon, it goes to S tier for being a mythical. But because of how ugly it is, it goes to F tier. And I think that's actually a fairly accurate tier list for me. So let's find the best S tier. It's obviously gonna be Calyrex, but I think this guy can go there. This guy definitely can go there. This guy can go here. 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 You know? This guy can go here. This whole top line right here can definitely be put above. And I, you know what? I like Giratina a lot more. I think Giratina is just the nicest Pokemon for S tier Ghost. Obviously not the best in competitive scene, but I just think this is probably the staple Ghost type Pokemon. You know what I mean? This is the best Pokemon. Oh, even Fluttermane can go up there too. I'll put Fluttermane over Goldengo too. This whole top row here can go to another tier because of how good it is. The worst S tier is probably gonna be Litwick, I guess. Kind of hard. None of these Shedinja. We'll put Shedinja, but none of these are really. They're so good. They're so very high stacked tier list. This is such good tier list here. Uh, best A tier probably Golurk or Blacephalon or Dusknoir too. Worst A tier, I'm gonna put Dusclops, and I'm only gonna put Dusclops because I think Duskull's a little nicer, but I don't think Dusclops is that nice looking. But definitely not a bad Pokemon. Top of B tier. A Alolan Marowak maybe. Palosand? Yeah, I'll put Palosand top of B tier. Yeah, I like Palosand top of B tier. Lowest B tier? That's tough. Shuppet? Maybe? No. I wouldn't even put Shuppet top bottom of B tier. Put him back. Maybe Brambleghast. Yeah, I'll put Brambleghast bottom of B tier. Top of C tier? Silvally for sure. Bottom, yeah, I'll leave Gimme Ghoul Coin or Gimme Ghoul bottom of C tier. For D tier, Houndstone is the best, and I think Rivard or whatever this dog's is bottom of D tier, 100%. Worst Pokemon ever. And Petrun's F tier because of how ugly it is. This is a very high stacked ghost type tier list. This is a very high stacked tier list. There's actually more S tiers than the bottom 3 tiers combined, you know? So that tells you something about me. And it tells you something about just the quality of ghost type Pokemon in general. Like, it's actually genuinely hard for me to choose Pokemon I dislike in the ghost type tier list. Like, if I could even change something, maybe the dogs go up and Frillish goes down. Frillish is actually not that great of a Pokemon, but I think C tier is pretty solid for them. Yeah, the only thing I can see people arguing about is Petrarunt being cute, but I don't think Petrarunt is cute. I think this is an ugly Pokemon. Yeah, no, this tier list is, I think, one of the best. This has the best Pokemon. And yeah, if you agree, disagree, leave a comment down below, and please like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thank you for watching. Bye.